This is a very important phase in our attempt to convince people that war is a crime. These are the things that will appear before the public. We will be discussing certain ideas in order to progress this effort of ours to criminalize war. We will have a sitting on the Saturday 31st, and that is a closed session really. But we will then discuss ways and means to promote this idea that war is a crime, that that people who wage war should be punished, and of course we will be taking into consideration the fact that some people have to defend themselves, so they are fighting in the war. But the focus really is on the aggressors, the people who start the war. So we will then, we hope, publicize as much as possible about this conference, put it on the internet, and hopefully you will help us to publicize it and to circulate as much as possible worldwide. Because we are going to find out whether they are guilty or not. Once we find them out, find out that they are guilty according to the tribunal, we will of course publicize this decision. There are, of course, we cannot enforce, we cannot arrest these people and throw them into jail after trial. But we can do other things. We can campaign so that these people will not be accepted in any society, in any country. You know, the disgust that we felt when Tony Blair was allowed to come into Malaysia, and not only to come into Malaysia, but to lecture us on justice. This criminal is lecturing us on justice. Maybe it's good to have a criminal talk about justice because he knows best. You see? But people like this should not be accepted anyway. Certainly they should not be paid for talking nonsense. These are criminals. And beyond that, we intend eventually to get democratic countries, people in democratic countries, to try and ensure that only legislators, candidates for the legislative council or whatever, who are against war would be supported. And hopefully, eventually, only anti-war candidates would be elected to lead countries. These members of the tribunal comes not only from Malaysia, they come from other countries. So what we are doing is just organizing. Again, the thing is, nobody is doing it. There are some people doing it, but we want to focus on this issue because it's not been taken up. There have been other tribunals elsewhere, but we don't know what they are focusing on.
We're not in a very good light under the Transparency International because we are said to be...
Oh, that's what they say.
Yes.
There are other people with other opinions. The people who say this are the very people who are making war on other people. If you look at their background, I mean, they, for example, they condemn us for our ISA, detention without trial. But there is a law in Malaysia, the ISA is a law in Malaysia which provides for detention without trial. When the British and the Americans detained people, there was no law to allow them to detain people without trial. But they went ahead. They went ahead. And Malaysia has not been involved in any massive killing of people for no reason. Have we invaded our neighbors and we have refused to participate in, we were invited to participate in the Gulf War, also in the war in Iraq. We refuse. We refuse because we don't go around killing people. Defending people, yes. We send our troops to Bosnia to defend people, not to wage war, but to defend people.